Action.
Okay, so next thing we want to know kind of is where is all the funding coming from to have more fruits and vegetables and better food for all the kids?
There's a couple things that are taking place. Right now, just for a free student, we get $2.77
Per student?
Per student to eat lunch. So you think about it, if you
It's
go
like a canopy.
you go to Chick-fil-A and you're paying $7 probably for a combo meal. So,
Yeah.
so we have, there is a financial concern here.
Yeah.
To do that.
$2 is not a lot.
Yeah.
It's about a soda.
Right. And you go to the Russell House bookstore and you pay $1.50, $2 for it, depends on what kind you buy. So we are, and people don't really realize that, that's what we have to meet, but that includes labor too. So you have to produce a meal, serve it in a milk, and meet all the requirements for under $2.77. And food costs 40% of that. So really you're looking at $1.25, $1.30. So anyway, so that's what it is now. If the schools follow the new guidelines, they'll get an additional 6 cents, which not a lot of money, but it'll go.
Don't spend it all in one place.
But it will help. So that is an enticement because they've got to meet the requirements. They're required. But the additional 6 cents, which means about $6 million for South Carolina as a whole in our state. So that'll help. So that is one thing to at least entice them to make sure they're meeting the requirements.
Do you find it, is it hard especially, generally more of the healthy food items that people would like to eat, like fresh fruits and vegetables tend to be a lot more expensive than just, say, throwing together, like, a grilled cheese for a kid. So is that kind of where the controversy comes in?
Right, yeah. What we try to do is we are encouraging fresh fruits, and, we have a farm-to-school program we've introduced in South Carolina, and we've got a pilot where we're requiring, if you're participating in a pilot, then you're buying local fresh produce, vegetables and fruits, and you're serving those 2 times a month. So, collard greens, we've been serving a lot more fresh collard greens because, we know they're healthier, we know they're fresher.
Yeah.
We don't want to truck in foods from California if we don't have to. So we put that in place to encourage more consumption of fresh fruits and vegetables.
Okay. So you guys do try and buy a lot of your food locally rather than frozen and shipped from California or something?
We try whenever possible. And then we have a Department of Defense where we're buying fresh produce from that as well.
Okay.
Do you know what the ratio is of fresh to frozen food that is offered in the schools?
I couldn't tell you because each school system's different.
Okay.
But I can tell you that with the new guidelines, there will be a lot more fresher foods versus frozen and canned foods. Not that there's anything wrong with a lot of frozen vegetables because they retain their nutrients in most cases, not always. So, there's nothing wrong with them, but I just think if it's fresher, it is better.
It is, yeah, definitely. Because Todd gave us this really cool paper which has all of the requirements for the next 10 years and all of the current requirements and new requirements that we'll hand out to everyone.
Okay. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
For us, it is.
I'm sure you guys. So, has this been like a long thing a long process?
Yeah, it started Healthy, Hungry, Free Kids Act of 2010 is when it first came out, and it goes in implementation 12, 13, or the first part of the phase. And so it's a new challenge because we've been doing everything the same way for years upon years. So, we've got to do a lot of training. We've got a training coming up in April for all the directors to go over the new guidelines, and we have another follow-up training in June at Myrtle Beach. So, and for the managers, all those people are coming to Myrtle Beach for a conference. So we'll do our share of training at that point.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for letting us come in and talk to you. You definitely answered a lot of our questions. Do you have anything else?
I guess in terms of like what we were talking about with the changes that have been made, what do you think is the biggest change? And did it happen because laws have changed, or did it happen because of all the stuff going on in the media about obesity rates within, with children and, all the green and healthy eating and living crazes?
Yeah, well, it started, USDA did a study, and this is based on scientific facts. So, we did it, we as been USDA did a scientific study to determine, how can we improve the process. So that study was conducted through science-based, And I think that's what led to the final rule for this implementation for the Healthy Hungry Free Kids Act.
Okay.
They didn't want just people's opinion; they wanted it to be science.
Right.
So
based on real facts.
Yeah. So that's what led to all of this, and then of course that then got the laws changed. So
Okay.
that's what started the whole process.
And then I guess just in terms of like a typical school lunch, what would that consist of? How is that
How many
planned?
vegetables, or I mean, is every school lunch going to have fruits and vegetables, or is it like once a week? Or?
Right. What's going to change? What the drastic impact is that we do offer versus serve in South Carolina for all the high school students. And the elementary and middles can participate. So if you've got a slice of pizza and a carton of milk in the previous, that's a reimbursable meal because you got 3 out of the 5 food items.
Right.
Because you met, probably a grain requirement, and the pizza could either have protein or it could have a vegetable component.
There's cheese.
And the dairy,
Cheese
yeah.
and dairy, and then a carton of milk. So you could go away. But now, that's not in this coming school year. That's going to change because you have to take a fruit or a vegetable
with you.
So that hopefully
will help people.
Will make students make the right choice.
So instead of just getting a drink and a slice of pizza, you've got to get a drink, a slice of pizza, and an apple.
That's
to
right.
go.
That's right. And hopefully they eat it. I mean, that's and it's going to take some training by the students, the staff, everyone. Peer pressure, whatever.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll consume those items.
It's cool to eat fruits and vegetables.
Yeah. Well, that's what we hope. That's what we hope.
It is. Well, thank you so much for letting us come and talk to you. And
thank you. Good luck in your class. Hope your HRTM program as it now continues to grow, and appreciate what y'all doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Hope
you.
have a great day.
Is there any other items on